Jeff, the host of the Gridiron.
Fourth and goal to go with the 2. 34 seconds left to go in the ball game. This is the play right now. Takes the snap. Targeted goes in. Targeted all alone. And the quarterback keeps. Wow, what a call. Nobody touched him.
And welcome to the Gridiron, baby. If you can give this video a thumbs up or maybe share this video, that would be absolutely freaking phenomenal. Thank you. Please get down below, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way next time I go live or if I put a video out, you'll be notified, and it's free of charge. What do you got to lose? It's totally free of charge. But if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. You want to help support my channel? Description box below, very top link, takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. Each one has their own little perks to them. So once again, if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me. And I thank you in advance. And then finally, just another link underneath there somewhere in the description box. Takes you to my Facebook group. We have over 9,700 members in the group. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. It is doing simply marvelous, might I add. Basically, if I'm alive and breathing and if I got internet access, I am putting stuff in this group darn near 365. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. Please join it. You will not be dissatisfied. I promise. Well, this happened, obviously, it was last week. I was in St. Martin, so I wasn't anywhere close to the continental United States, so I couldn't put anything out at all, but I was watching. And what usually winds up happening all the time is with the Giants schedule, usually winds up getting leaked out and everything. We knew going in, obviously, we got the toughest schedule. Now, the one thing is that, a lot of times, like, why do we always have such a hard schedule? Good point. Excellent question. Well, one of the things is, when you suck, right, like the Giants do, right, all the teams in front of you, right, have a better record than you. That's why when the Eagles got a tough schedule too, right? Which is, what you want. That's what you want to say. Okay, because they were the number one. They're on top of the mountain, baby. They're the guys who are trying to knock off all the other teams, trying to knock them off. But they have a hard schedule as well too. But what makes the Eagles' schedule a little easier, right? Strength of schedule is because they're playing a crappy team like the Giants. See, how it works. When you're on the bottom, all the teams on top of you are, that you got to play or have a better record than you. So your strength is, right? So what makes the Eagles' strength of schedule and, the Commanders and all that, brings theirs down a little bit is you're playing a crappy team like the Giants. It is what it is, right? All you can do, right, is play the schedule that they put in front of you, right? Now, the Giants did benefit a few years ago when 2022 went to the playoffs and all, we did not have a super duper hard schedule, right? And, we were able to take advantage of that. So, but it is what it is. All you can do, is show up when they tell you to show up, play the team you're supposed to play, and right, may the best team win. So it is what it is. But the Giants, have a hard schedule. Now, you just didn't know when, were the Giants playing the Cowboys for the 37th straight Thanksgiving Day game. Well, that's not happening because the Cowboys, I believe they're playing the Chiefs, I think it is, on Thanksgiving. So right there. The Giants don't have too many primetime games. Thank you, which is good. Very, very good. But, it is going to be a tough schedule, right? So we've got 3 primetime games, a couple home games, primetime home games. So we actually kind of, if you want to say, have a chance. We have the hometown crowd, right? So which is good. Let's see. Two Super Bowl and two Super Bowl rematches highlight the Giants slate, which begins with back-to-back road contests, which is odd. Usually, way it winds up happening, for the most part, obviously not all the time, right? But I mean, usually if you start the first week at home, a lot of times the next week is on the road. Not all the time. Or if you start on the road, your next game is at home. But to play the first two on the road, that's a bit odd. Usually the first two games you got one at home, one on the road. But it is what it is. We're gonna get a couple games out of the way, right, in a division. Something the Giants, really need to work on, winning those games in the division. Now, we've seen. Okay, we're gonna go over a little bit what happened in the offseason, right? But the Giants, against the Commanders, could hold their own, right? Lost a tough one at home, and if we actually had a kicker, we should have won the game in Washington. No doubt about it, right? And, maybe, just maybe, we can beat the Cowboys one time this year. And, who knows? If things go Giants' way, maybe we can beat them twice. But the Cowboys are not, we're not talking Super Bowl with the Cowboys. Not happening, right? I mean, they're just to me, anyway, it just seems like they're getting worse every year, which is fine by me. But so, as I said, you knew it was going to be tough. So the Giants home opener is set for Sunday Night Football against the Chiefs, right? Let's see, whose three-peat attempt was thwarted, right? So still nobody has won 3 Super Bowls in a row. Of course, the last three-peater was the, which quite possibly the 65 Packers, if they went to the Super Bowl, they had a Super Bowl after the 65 season, quite possibly would have won it. But the last three-peat, and there's only been 2 three-peats, right? The 29, 30, and 31 Packers, 65, 66, 67 Packers. Right? So, but nobody's won 3 straight Super Bowls, though. All right, so the Giants will host the defending Super Bowl champions 3 weeks later on a Thursday night matchup at MetLife Stadium. Under the NFL's schedule rotation, the Giants will face all 4 teams from the NFC North and AFC West. So, those two, the divisions right there are tough. Real tough. You figure you got obviously with the North. The Bears, my goodness, if the Bears actually had a freaking coach last year, I'm sure they could have easily won a few more games. It's a shame. They had the team. I'm not saying it was Super Bowl champions or going to the Super Bowl, but they were better than their record was. They had some tough losses, but you look at, Green Bay, right, Minnesota and Detroit. So we have to play that division. Then of course you got to play the AFC West, right? Peyton's got Sean Payton has the Broncos looking good. The Chargers, of course, with Harbaugh, right? And then of course, the Chiefs. They'll be up there once again. Now, will they go back to the Super Bowl again? We'll have to wait and see. But then you got the Raiders, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's see. Then they play the same place finishers from the NFC South, which is the Saints. And then this is one of the things I can't stand, because it's like, we're going to wind up playing against the 49ers. So, I'm not sure, the 49ers could easily be a very, very good team this year. They had some problems. Like I said, they had some injuries, right? But they're a very good team. So, but we have to face off against them. Then we're going to play the Patriots, okay? This is in addition to the annual home-and-home series with their 3 divisional opponents. This year, the NFC teams will play 9 road games and 8 at home, right? So here we go. So we have the obviously the preseason games. So this year, I mean, the Giants always play the Jets, and they always usually wind up playing the Patriots. But this year, we're playing the Bills. Interesting, very, very interesting. So we're playing at the Bills Saturday. So the first game is Saturday, August 9th. Then we're playing home against the Jets, right? And then we're finishing up home against the Patriots on Thursday. So the first two preseason games, Saturday, August 9th, Saturday, August 16th, and then we're finishing up 5 days later on Thursday, August 21st. Very cool. And of course, they said that, let's see, what do we got? Looks like we have, as should be when you're a crappy team, you play a lot of 1 o'clock games, which was Bill Parcells' favorite. He just slot me in, put me in at 1 o'clock on Sunday. I'm good. But, when you wind up being, the Super Bowl champions and you're very, very good. I'm talking about Parcells, the Giants back then. But when you're a very good team and you're from New York and you got, like Lawrence Taylor, right? Teams want to see you, right? But when you're a crappy team like the Giants, you get a lot of 1 o'clock games, and we got a lot of 1 o'clock games. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 of our. Wait, stop. Wait, stop. 11 of our first, what would it be? 15 games. Because the last two are to be determined. Let's see. The week 17 at the Raiders and the last game of the season home against the Cowboys is to be determined what time it winds up being. But we got a lot of 1 o'clock games. We got, let's see, what do we got? The week 3 Sunday night game at 8:20. The week 6 game Thursday night, 8:15. Then we got the game against the Broncos. Obviously, Russell Wilson's going to go play against the team. Hey, stop. But obviously, the Broncos, he was playing for the Broncos for basically had a cup of coffee. But that's a 4 o'clock game. And all the other games, right, we got the Patriots. The Patriots, the Monday night game. So we got a Sunday night game, a Thursday night game, and a Monday night game. I don't know why, who. I mean, I don't know who picked this one. Monday night game, the Giants at the Patriots. I mean, are you serious? I mean, might quite possibly easily wind up being a very good game. Could be, very exciting. But I mean, it's like the Giants and the Patriots, two of the worst teams in football for Monday Night Football. Yeah. Wow. So we got the 3 primetime games and the 1 game out in Denver. Those are the only 4 games out of the first 15 that aren't 1 o'clock. So we got a 4 o'clock Sunday. We got a Sunday night, a Monday night, and a Thursday night. And everything else is at 1 o'clock, so which is fine. And they said then the last 2 games would be determined, the Raider game and the Cowboys. But the Commanders game. I mean, at Dallas. Hopefully, one of these we can beat the Cowboys. It'll be, I mean, those things like that are measuring sticks. You know what I mean? You have to beat teams in your division. You have to start beating. The Cowboys. Somewhere along the line, we got to start beating them. Cowboys. Somewhere along the they're not a very good team, But I mean, you got the Chiefs and you got the Chargers at the Saints. A winnable game. Not saying we're going to do. We're going to be talking a little bit more about the Saints in a little bit here. Then we got the Eagles. Then we got to go play out at Denver. Then we got the Eagles. So we got the Eagles 2 times in 3 weeks. At least we're not finishing the season with them. But week 6 and 8, we're playing the Eagles. Let's see. Then we have the 49ers at home. And obviously the 49ers, with their coach Shanahan and everything, and Purdy, the one of the was just got a new deal. So he's a happy man. I think he's making like $53 million a season or something like that. So I'm sure if they can stay healthy, right, they'll be a much improved team from last season. Then we're playing the Bears, okay, a winnable game. But then we got the Packers, got the Lions. Then we got the Patriots, another winnable game. Then we have the Commanders and the Vikings at home. 3 of our final 4 games are at home, though. We only got 8 home games, but 3 of the final 4 games are at home. Week 15, we're home against the Commanders. Then home against the Vikings. Then we play the Raiders, and then we come home and play the Cowboys. So now at least things get switched up a little bit anyway, because obviously the past couple of seasons, right, we finished against the Eagles. Well, this year you're going to have the I'm not sure how they're looking at it. Like maybe the bottom 2 teams will be facing off against one another. Right? They figure the Cowboys and the Giants would be the 2 bottom teams. Then you have maybe the Commanders and the Eagles. Maybe that game could be for the division title, or maybe a wild card, implications on it, or playoff implications on it, or something like that. But at least we're not playing the Super Bowl champions. We play them 2 times in 3 weeks, and by week, was it 8 or 8? What are we playing? By week 8, we don't have to see the Eagles ever again for the rest of the season. Thank goodness. Unless somehow we wind up making the playoffs, but that's putting the cart before the horse. But we have 9. We don't have a lot of, once again, I don't have a lot of primetime games, which is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Because that's the kiss of death for the Giants. But we got 9 road games, 8 at home, but a lot of tough games. And the tough things with the games with the Cowboys. They're not a phenomenal team, but they just always seem to beat us. MetLife Stadium is basically a home away from home for the Cowboys. Right, so a lot of tough games, playing a couple of tough divisions, and then we're obviously we're going against the last place teams, and somehow the 49ers wind up in last place in the division. We got to go up against them. So we got tough, especially the home games. The home games, it's like you look at it, it's like how many games are we going to win? We didn't win. We had a horrible home record last season. It's going to be probably pretty bad this season too. But once again, all you can do is play the games they tell you, show up at the time they tell you, and just let the best team win. But so at least we got the Giants, their schedule, right? So at least we know. And I said, but the one nice thing, right, is that we don't have a lot of primetime games, just 3. That's good.